so in this one we are going to be doing my Dragon Ball Legends August 2025 top 10 tier list, because we actually do have units that are worth top 10. It's very simple. If a unit has Damage Guard, the modernized version of what it is now, they most likely will be top 10, and this Kefla does have it, so this top 10 does get adjusted. So let's get right into it. Obviously, you're assuming these units are a higher star threshold than not if you are rating them. So whether it be my Kefla is actually 6 stars, I've seen her at higher stars somehow, some magical way, and I can definitely tell whether she is this value, or the other value. If you disagree, say whatever you like, and create a discourse. That'd be nice. But 10, I do have it tied. There's a few tied tiers you can't see here because there's just something that's just inseparable in my experience of it. Again, every top 10 clearly will be your opinion-based list more than your subjective list. As subjective as you try to be, there's just, or rather, as objective you try to be, there's some subjectivity that falls into every single tier list. But this one here, I do have a 10A, 10B with it being a Rev UI and MUI Goku. Rev UI obviously has his pom-poms out, ready to shake them and do nothing in a match for a lot of times, but he does have a better technical setting for himself. Right now you can run Kefla, Rev UI, and whatever third, right? You want to run Frieza on lead, you want to run Namek Goku, Kaioken, you want to run full reps with hits, like you could do whatever you want at that point, and that's your safety. That's what's giving Kefla her best team of reps just on an individual basis, because that is, with Frost, you get support there. That would be her technical, mathematical best team, right? But the issue with Rev UI is he sucks individually. So he's at this lower tier. Making it to the 8 through 10 slot usually is like, okay, well, next list, they're most likely either just falling off it, or they'll barely retain it and they'll barely go up. Like, it's hard for you to actually make it high tiers on a tier list right now that is in the lower tier as of current, because usually they don't have the most modern mechanics. And Rev UI, again, he's just shaking those pom-poms and buffing Kefla and hoping for the best in his life. That really, unfortunately, is not much. They kind of botched his Zenkai. They just made him a merchant, and it's stupid because they shouldn't have. They should have made him actually like competent to a higher degree, but they got worried, they got scared. Another green unit, didn't need it, and they just didn't do much with him, unfortunately. Then MUI, the opposite effect is he's very good, but then they started destroying him. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 greens on this list, and that is a lot. That is, what, there's 11 characters here, technically speaking, so that is over a third of the characters being a green unit. And this is a blue that has, what, 5 counts defense neutral, and then he only goes neutral offensively with ally dead on second main. So how in the hell could he thrive? There's nothing to him. There's no purple to save him because all these purples are complete horrid dog water. So he's just here hoping, really coping for a purple. I mean, Kefla could have easily been purple. I don't know why she wasn't, but she wasn't for some reason. He's just here waiting for an ally that's going to do something to help him. I mean, people have said maybe an Ultra might happen for this next buff that'll happen for reps. And I mean, sure, I guess. Well, if it doesn't, let's hope like LFG gets a second plat or something, just some purple to help this unit, because MUI, while he is ratty and annoying and tedious, does he deserve the life that he's living right now, where he's getting over a third of a list, just destroying his life? Even the reds, like Kaioken can defense neutral so often, you're not even at advantage with MUI. Namek Goku can lock in, MUI's dead. Like, it's not even just the greens, it is even further than that. Like, they just want MUI gone. So we got Slapstick gone within, by accidental, really, of these characters that are so strong. But that's the lower tiers. The important tiers obviously do go up as we do go through the list, with it being number 9 of LF Full Power. Have not seen him often, but I do like running LF Full Power with Ultra Frieza. The issue is, again, that third, while you can kind of say, like, oh, just run, whatever ranged unit, whether it be Kaba, MVP, Rev UI, Krillin, whatever you want. It is a lesser of the Namek Saga team with LF Full Power instead of Ultra Super Saiyan Goku, but that's the whole entire point. With it being, that's it. You would run LOE or Namek Saga with Krillin instead, and then you have a worse Namek Goku. So that's why Full Power is so low. While Namek Goku is going to be in the top tiers, Full Power is just a option that exists, that coexists, that you can use. Nothing crazy within him. I do wish he got cover null easier, because he doesn't have cover null. He doesn't get cover null on his equipment unless he's doing a green card, and it's like, just cover null entry. Why can't we just do that? Who knows? But good helper to Frieza. Definitely does some decent burst damage in some settings, but nothing crazy, nothing overwhelming. He just is a nice unit that can run alongside Frieza. I think does his role to a nice extent. Again, if you run him with, let's say, Goku or Krillin or Rebza or whatever, usually we'll have a safety, so double safeties in a match within full power ultra. This Frieza does have a decent durability in himself and some disrupts, so not the worst option, not the greatest. There's not many great options in this 9-10 area, even like up to 12 really. You know, you're thinking of like Hit, Cell, Tien. Hit doesn't really have a team that's like fully founded. Cell is getting too carded by a lot of characters, and then Tien, I mean, Saiyan Saga, you're just not running into, and Name It Goku exists, so it's just hard for TM to coexist when that lock-in UMV type shit just will happen so often. So that's what's happening there, full power. And then number 8 will be Mr. Krillin. I don't think people are valuing him as highly as he deserves to be. And it makes sense to a decent extent because people are running that Namek Saga team and they're giving him 0 Z abilities. And it's stupid because you shouldn't do that. You should give him Z abilities. This is a character on your team. And if you actually give him proper stuff, guess what? He will look proper. Now, Krillin hits like shit. He's like a hero unit. Understandably so. But his support, it always with this debate of support type units. Does their support justify their existence on your team? You know, look at Red Pan, Vados, whatever, Fiku even, because he's on this list. Does their support and their defensiveness and their other things that isn't damage justify how much they are used and how good they are on your team? Krillin giving you the health restore, the 50% damage inflicted, the subcount manipulation, all these things very much does justify running a Namek Saga team. People claim Namek Saga as the best team in the game, and they wouldn't claim that if Krillin wasn't there, because Krillin is on that core of Namek Saga. So Krillin does deserve more respect than he is given. Again, people look at like, oh, he doesn't do any damage, so can't be top 10. Did Red Pan do damage? I mean, at maybe some points after Puddle support, Pan support stacked 7 times, sure, but Krillin's not meant to, Vados isn't meant to, these older units that are just supporting aren't meant to. Like, if you look through the commonality of these units, of a lot of them want to do damage, and then a support time comes in and they don't do damage, you don't need them to. You're amplifying your other damage dealers. Full Power Frieza looks like a different unit when he's run alongside Krillin than he is when he's run alongside not Krillin, because he hits so much harder. 50% really helps that guy. Goku lock-in snipes is much easier and more pungent, because guess what? You have 50% support, as well as the health restore, which keeps you alive longer and gives you that KO guard more effectiveness because you get to hold it longer within a match. So Krillin does hit number 8 there. I mean, I think putting him higher would be kind of overdoing it, and that's really the lower tiers that are debatable. Again, I'm easily here to see that Cell or Hits or Tien or whatever is going to be on this list, and I'm not blind to that. I understand that they have opportunity to be here, but if I'm thinking what matters more, the support type is making more impact than Hit, Cell, Tien. If I'm thinking full power, having a alternate option, second option to Ultra Namek Goku, well, guess what? I'm going to value full power there over the others who really don't have perfect teams. And then for 10A, 10B, Rev UI, the Revive, as well as working with Kefla, it's decent enough. It gives more versatility to teams, as well as MUI. Definitely can do something, definitely can be decent in matches, but it just struggles to do it. And maybe MUI is the one you could kind of slot in with Hit, Cell, TN, whatever. But even then, again, the lower tiers, in my opinion, they don't really matter unless you get to like the 6 through 7s is usually where tiers start to matter to me. So with that being said, let's get to number 6/7, with it being these two here of Fiku and Saiyan Saga Vegeta. I actually do have it this way, where Fiku is number 6. If it is a dash, that means they're interchangeable for me. So if you were to say Vegeta's higher, sure, I can agree. If you say Fiku's higher, sure, I can agree. Currently, this is what I have it as, where Fiku is better than Saiyan Saga Vegeta. And the situation for that is the versatility of Fiku. His support can flow within anybody. It's not just limitation, right? And that works with Fiku, which I would say is still Kaioken's best team. It's not the best team in the game, but it's Kaioken's best team of Fiku, Namek Saga Goku, Kaioken Goku, right? Obviously that support, the more bulkiness because it's Saiyan Saga equips, as well as the flow of subcount manipulation can be a nice versatility effect that does create within Fiku. Even more so, the Saiyan Saga trio is still a very good trio within Vegeta, within Kaioken, within Fiku himself. And I think that bulk he can offer, as well as the healing that he does give for your team and for himself, for it to be sustainable as long as it is, I think Namegoku likes that most. You know, with a Frieza, Kaioken, and Namegoku team, you are having it where, yeah, you have everybody doing their job, everyone doing their role, but Kaioken is much more squishy on that team. Namegoku is not getting his snipe potential off as easily because there's less support, and Frieza's not doing his best damage because there's less support. While it is the best team in the game, there's cracks to it, right? Well, with Fiku, it kind of amends those cracks if you're going to run, again, Namek, Kaioken, Fiku. I think that all works better as a trio, and why I have it where Fiku is above Saiyan Saga Vegeta is because I don't know what to think about Vegeta, man. You know, I talk about Krillin not doing much damage, but he justifies it by his support. Vegeta, I don't see much, bro. I don't see much damage, I don't see much defense, so I'm thinking, okay, so what's justifying him above Fiku? Fiku's crazy support, crazy equip options he can help give. Like, what justifies Vegeta above that? And there's nothing to me that justifies it. Maybe his element, and maybe the revive. If you value revive that highly, sure. But for me, I'm not there. I'm not. I just used him. I literally just used him with MUI and Kaioken. And clearly, it's not his perfect team, but it's still a very good team. And I mean, he could combo decent. Like, that's it. There's just nothing hyper offense, hyper defense, hyper this, that, and the other. He's just middle of the pack offense, middle of the pack defense. Okay, so he's gonna revive very fast. Cool. He's gonna die second life fast and waste your KO guard, or just outright die if you don't have Namegoku. Like, I just don't know what he does that's like so effective and so overpowering that I'm like, yeah, I need to run this guy on my team. Fiku amplifies units that are the best in the game. It makes common sense to me that, well, no shit, Fiku's going to be above Vegeta at that point. So that's where I got it. I know people love the Saiyan Saga Vegeta. They defend him with their life, but I just don't know what there is to him that, in my experience, there's just nothing. He's 9 stars for me. It's not like he's fucking 2 stars. I just don't know what he does that's like, oh yeah, now that is something. I just haven't seen it. Against me, with me, I just don't see the hype behind that guy. And now, unit number 5, with it being the new unit of Kefla. Now, Kefla, I don't know if she's like a controversial unit. I mean, people call her like IT Goku, and I'm just here like, what the hell are you talking about? Because it's kind of slanderous. I mean, IT Goku is a little bit green card merchant. Like, that is his livelihood. Kefla, dude, I used Kefla on her best team. I mean, I did 2 strikes with her on a Kaioken Goku. That Kaioken was like 30% health, and I'm just like, the hell did that happen? 1 Zenkai buff, nothing crazy going on, not even any support, and she just does 30% damage on, or rather, they have 30% left damage from 100%. She does 70% on 2 cards. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? She has crazy burst. I'd like to call her just a faster Evo, because that is just what she is. Evo takes a little bit of time to get, a long time to get rolling and going. Definitely do a few cards, even if you want to just pop main just to get gauge. And then you get damage stacking. You get Faint on Blue, you get multiple vanishes. Your ultimate hits like shit because it's a lesser multiplier because you have multiple of them. But besides that, I mean, I love her damage. I love the Faint chance because it does help her a lot because there's sticky spots that she does get into. But I think she does her role well. I mean, I could easily see it where this, even 4, 5, 6, 7, like, I can understand if people are going to swap 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's the most debatable thing on this tier list. And that's going to be the most debatable thing on every tier list, most likely moving forward within this past or previous week that just happened into this current day. And maybe that'll change with the Zenkai, the LF, Plat, whatever the hell we get. Ultra Plat, who knows what we get, right? Ultra UI Plat, who knows, right? But for now, I think she does her role well enough. I think she fits on decent teams, whether it be within Kaioken and Namegoku, whether it be with USV, whether it be with Frieza lead, whatever you want to do. I think she has a good opportunity to show prowess. Unfortunately, without her having much of neutral in her kits, I think she will fall off very quickly once a purple does drop. But for now, I like her in this spot. And let me just say very bluntly, if you're not top 3, you don't really fucking matter to this game. That's just really what it comes down to at the end of the day. So she's not top 3. There's no pitchforks needed, but I think she does her role well. In my experience, she's done great offense. She, on paper, should have been more defensive than she is. She's very frail, which, again, on paper, she looked like she was going to be a very good tank. So I wish she was better on that, but everything else, I like her kit. I like her design. I like how she works in the match. I like how she has card destruction immunity. So if Kaioken's coming in, okay, well, you go to Kefla, get the gauge, pop main, boom, boom, boom. You mean the card destruction. Guess what? Having a great time. And then you keep comboing through. That blue card always hits like a nuclear missile, so everything does work in tandem for her within her own kit, which means she has kit synergy, which means things actually aren't bad for her. A lot of units don't have that. Kefla does. And then we move on to number 4, which is actually USV. Yeah, USV does a pretty well-off job on his role. His role is not very difficult, whether it be on a build that is catering toward him. I've seen double Zenka buff builds or not. He wants to tank, and he tanks. He has very good damage guard and damage guard percentages because of his plat, as well as being defense neutral 10 counts. I mean, that helps him tank against Kaioken, which is the only red that does damage in this game right now that you're going to run into consistently. So he does his role well. He can flow within, obviously, double yellow setup, which I've never been a fan of this double yellow setup precisely. I mean, Namegoku has some neutral mid-game. Once you get a couple gauges popped, he will get defense neutral, or rather offense neutral. But USV, he needs an ally dead or his green card, and it's 3 counts on green card even. It's not even that good. His offense neutral on main or on green card. So it's like, yeah, you can run double yellow. You're not going to run MUI. The best team most likely for USV, again, is just the simplest team ever with Kaioken, Frieza, USV, or rather, not even Kaioken if you don't want to. I guess you could do double yellow with Frieza at that point, but Kaioken, and then maybe Fiku, maybe Saint Saga Vegeta. Like, you just want extra colors going around. You just don't really want to run double yellow because Kaioken doesn't give a fuck. That is just what his nature is, and that is what he does in his successful mannerisms. So, while USV is holding his own and being a better plat than I think most people expected, looking on paper of it, when it first got shown, a lot of people are thinking, probably going to be good. Is he going to hit that caliber where hit was going to when he got his plat the week before Saiyan Saga dropped? Probably not, but turns out damage guard is the stupidest thing in the game, so any unit that has it is going to go high tiers. It's just how the game works right now. Whether it be positive or negative, which it's very negative, it's what the game is doing, so that's what we got to acknowledge, that's what we got to accept. And I think USV does earn his spots here and given to him, and Kefla, honestly, it applies to both. If they weren't this specific color that they are, they would be so much worse right now. I'm not saying that because, the meta colors, right? I'm saying that because they're Zenkai buffs. If he didn't have LF Bardock and Super Saiyan 4 Goku to Zenkai buff him so easily, this would be terrible for USV. He would just be really struggling because his damage guard would not be as prominent. Kefla, she didn't have the easiest Zenkai buffers in the world with Rev UI, God Topo, G4, OG3, Ku, Kaba, so many good Zenkai buffers. Any other color, she would be so hard struggling. So, good for them, but they got saved by that. I don't even know if it's intentional. They are saved by Zenkai buffers, these two. Good for them. Just putting it out there. That is just a cold hard fact. Then 2/3, I guess we could also put number 1 here in the same vein, with it being all 3 of these. This is not a surprise that these are the top 3, with it being, in my opinion, Kaioken number 2, and then Namegoku number 3. Again, if they are having a slash, they could be interchangeable, so if you want to put Namegoku number 2, Kaioken number 2, whatever, I could agree with it. I had it where it was Kaioken and then Namek, but with more so now, Kefla is not going to be that common in matches, I'm well aware. But if she is in a match, she is number 5 there, right? She's going to be 5-6 for most people. Namegoku, strike, whatever. Triple strikes, kill Kefla. Strike blue, you'll get Kefla very low, if not just kill her. So, I mean, that potential just being unleashed even further beyond just makes him more valuable to me, where I can have him tied with Kaioken instead of being below Kaioken. So, that's when Namegoku kind of goes up, and the common sense of it all, that trio right there is the best team in the game, is still accurate, right? I mean, there's other teams that exist that are not bad here, with it being, I mean, you're always going to touch on the top 3. You're always going to try to run a top 3 unit with the other units in the game, but If you try to build a team that's not, Kefla, Fiku, USV doesn't sound terrible. It's just sounds terrible compared to the best. And that's just what the best is. With it being Kaioken again, being as dominant as he is, you know, you could slot in a lot of blues in this game right now, but I don't know what really stops this unit from being what he is. He's so easily getting defense neutral. I mean, it's going to take, like, I don't even know. It's going to be like someone pops his gauge, and then it cancels his buff effect. Like, that's what has to happen for him to not be as dominant as he is here. Like, he needs a literal hard counter to not be a god of the game right now, Mr. Kaioken, and that's just most likely not going to happen, frankly enough. And this is him without even Saiyan Saga. Like, you can consider it, but you're most likely not even running him on Saiyan Saga, and when he's on Saiyan Saga, his defenses is like 50x what it is off Saiyan Saga. So, he's being run on a team that's not even his best defensive prowess, and not for nothing, that is his best asset. I know he has very good damage, but his best asset is his gauge. And you're not even optimizing that right now. That's how good this unit is. Like, he could do it all. He just is doing it all. And obviously, number one of Frieza, Death Beam. What else can I say? While KO Guard most likely is a better mechanism in a longevity time of the meta and how things will shape up, and, you know, safety mechanisms being what they are, right now, there's no purples. You Death Beam, boom, 50-50, Death Beam, 50-50, Death Beam, 50-50. You have sub-count manipulation. You have very good Disrupted in, full power Frieza. Like, there's just no faulty in his kit because everything is just so concise to a degree. It's like, okay, you either click cards or you click beam. It's simple, it's easy, and it all works. And it's very fucking stupid. Just want to say, though, if you are running into these units individually, I don't think it's that bad. You know, if I run into full power Frieza and it's, you know, Kaioken and whatever, it's Krillin and full power, right? And they're running a juiced up full power Ultra. I mean, yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, it's tedious, but like running into these Ultras individually on a team is so much more casual and calm than running into them together. And the point to that would be, if they were just different, you know, if this was Broly and Namek Goku for some reason, man, you don't run them together at all. They can't see each other on the same team somehow. It just doesn't, it can't exist. It can't exist. It'd be so much better. Like, this meta would feel so much better. Because I can deal with Namek Goku. I can deal with UMV 2.0 when he's individually. But when it's UMV 2.0 with Death Beam Super Saiyan 3 Goku 2.0, that's where it becomes like, my brain is exploding. If you couldn't run these Ultras together, this actually would be a pretty positive time. Because right now, a lot of people are debating 4, 5, 6, 7. They're all saying, like, oh, it might be... I've seen people say literally every unit that's 4, 5, 6, 7. I've seen every single person ever try to say it could be Vegeta, it could be Fiku, it could be USV, it could be Kefla. I've seen every single option 4, 5, 6, 7 be debated as 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's what's a sign of a good meta. But then the top 3 is just so, like, easily not contestable. That's what makes it a bad meta. And we're like halfway there. Like, we just need something to, like, halt one of these Ultras. If we halt an Ultra here, Kaioken's still going to be the dominant factor. Matter of fact, he might even just end up being number 1 at some point. But if we halt an Ultra, it'll be so much more positive. Like, 4, 5, 6, 7 all being debatable for a lot of people is a good sign. And I wish they would do this more ideally, because again, these Ultras just couldn't work together at all. It would be perfect, but they could so easily. They're intended to. Their equipments are even intended to. The co-op equipment from them says LOE and Namek Saga, then Saiyan and Namek Saga. Like why? Just if you just didn't do that, man, it would have been so much nicer. But this is my top 10 tier list, well, top 11 tier list for August. Obviously, this will get updated within August because it is August 2nd. But as it stands, it will be Ultra Full Power Frieza at number 1, Kaioken Goku at number 2, Namek Ultra Super Saiyan Goku at number 3, interchangeable there. Ultra Super Judo number 4, Kefla number 5, the new LF Kefla. Number 6 of Saiyan Saga Fiku there. Number 7 of Saiyan Saga Apeless Vegeta there, as well as Krillin being number 8, Full Power Frieza, LF being number 9, and then 10A/B, so 10 and 11, being LF and UI Goku, and LF Rev UI Goku on the list. Don't think there's much contestable again besides the 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, if you want to put Cell and Hit, whatever the fuck, on this list instead of you know, the two stinkers at the bottom, doesn't make a difference. Realistically, you're not running it. If anybody you're running into the most, frankly, it is Rev UI. Whether that's a positive or negative to the game, because Rev UI fucking sucks, you are just running into the safety unit more than anybody else. So, I mean, I don't run TN, I don't run to Cell, I don't run to Hit. I'll run into these two more, and I think they technically can do more, which, again, the 10s, the 9s, even the 8 don't really have an impact on the list in a grand scheme. But what do you guys think of my top 10 list of August for the new LF Kefla? I'll see you guys in the next one.